Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Vibes. It's around 8:30 Wednesday night, and we are on a third video of our baby mini album. Now, I say that, but listen, however, you guys can also use this layout for any album. It doesn't matter if it's a baby one, if it's like whatever you want it to be, a Christmas one, a Thanksgiving, a birthday album, whatever. You can still do this same layout, okay? It don't necessarily have to be a baby album, okay? You can still use the same type of pages and different things. Just use different paper, okay? So, thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out with me. We're 3 away from me reaching my 500 subscribers, and when I do, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm very excited about that. But tonight we're going to be working on building our pages for this mini album. Okay, so I've already pre-cut them, okay, because we're going to talk about it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to score, okay? So we got our middles already done, okay, and I've already wrote on here ribbon first before I start adding my pages, and we'll go over that later. But I went ahead and made that so I can have a little mental note, because sometimes if you put your pages down, if you want to have a ribbon, it is, you know, kind of late. So then we'd have to do something different. So I want to put a ribbon on this one, okay? So we're going to start building our pages that goes on our hinges, okay? So anyway, this is my scoreboard, another one that I have. I got this one from Country Craft Creations. They were selling them sometime last year. I think I bought this. I have a small one that was gifted to me from this lady. And it's a SCOR buddy. Okay, it's scorpal.com. This lady designs them, but I just love this for small projects, and I wanted the bigger one to do bigger projects on. So I bought this last year from Country Craft Creations. I don't know if they still sell them, but you can go check them out and see if they still have them. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the pages with you. Okay, so we're going to need, you're going to need 110 pound, and it's a little bit thicker, if you can hear that, cardstock, okay? And I'm, of course, using white on my pages. And you're going to need 3 pieces cut at 5 1/4 wide, okay? 5 1/4 wide by 8 1/4 inches long. So you're going to need 3 of those cut, okay? And then you're going to need, now this is your base part, okay? This is called your insert pages, or your base pages that you're going to fit onto the hinges, okay? And these are what we're going to be decorating. And then you're going to need 3 pieces at 5 1/4 wide by 9 1/4 inches long, okay? So this is what this is. I hope y'all can read that. That's kind of, yeah, let me write it right here. 5 1/4 by 8 1/4 long. Okay, right in the grooves. And then you're going to need 3 at 5 1/4 wide by 9 1/4 long. And I'm fixing to show you why, because you're going to score a 1/2 inch on both ends of the 9 1/4 inch sides, on those ends on each side, and I'm going to show you why, okay? So you're going to need 3 of those, okay? So once I got those 3 are cut, okay, so those are all cut. I've already have them pre-cut, because I didn't want to make this video like super duper long. So we're going to start on that, and I'm going to show you how to put them together, okay? So I got them pre-cut, 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, 5 1/4 by 9 1/4, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 of our 9 1/4 inch pieces, okay, and we're going to work on those, because these other ones that I've got is for my girl many of them. I just went ahead and pre-cut them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to flip it to the 9 1/4 inch side. Okay, and we're going to score, okay, a 1/2 inch on one end. Oh, that thing done moved on me, didn't it? What's this thing moving on me? And actually, I can probably just do it from the other end because that's so hard to do. And then we're going to do a 1/2 inch on this longer end right here. Oh, it's not one to right. It's not one to act right today. Okay, so we got a 1/2 inch on that end, a 1/2 inch on that end. Okay, now, all right, so we got to do all 3 of those for all 3 of your pages. Okay. All right, so basically, I'm just going to move it down a little bit so it's easier to score for me. Yeah, and that way you ain't got to fight with that. Just make sure it's butted up against. And there's your 1/2 inch mark. But you're going to need to do a 1/2 inch. Okay. And you got to do it on all 3. And it don't really matter what side. I always do it on the wrong side. A lot of people do it from the top side. Either or, it doesn't matter. I just like doing it this way. That's how I do it. And just flip it, and it's easier. Just score over here on this side. It's trying to run off the road, ain't it? Sometimes it'll do that. Okay, so we got those 3 scored. Okay. Now, once we get those 3 scored, okay, I'm gonna show you how to put those together. Okay. Now, what I do is I just take it and I just start burnishing it, and I'll push it down. Okay. And we want to do it up. Okay. Get all of your little sides, done. Because these pieces here, once you get that varnish down, it's going to fit over here on top of this page right here. Okay. It's going to fit on it just like that. And that's going to be your insert page. Okay. So that's how that's going to work. Okay. So we're going to work on those 3. Okay. Where did the other 2 go? Okay. Just kind of varnish it down real good. Use your bone powder. Kind of get it ready. Okay, and then we got one more because we're going to have 3 pages. Well, you can make this anyway. You can do 2 pages. You could do none, however you want to do it. That's totally up to you. However you want to do it. Get creative with it, y'all. Just get creative with it. Okay, now, on this part here, you're going to take your pieces that are scored, okay, and you're going to put some score tape on there. And I use 3/8 of an inch score tape, and I run it right by that seam. Okay, so just stick it on there. Now on this part, you can use your bone folder to get it straight, so just run it on there. And we'll smash it down in a minute, make sure it's right. You just put your tape on there. Okay. So I hope y'all are having a good night. I went to church tonight, and Jaden stayed home. He had physical therapy this afternoon, and he was so worn out by the time they got done with him, so he stayed home with Daddy when he got off of work. I just went on up there, and because I do the kiddos at church, so I have to be there for the little kids. Look at me pulling on my paper. It's a good thing I put something over that. It didn't take long for that to grab that. Okay, so once you get that done, put your tape up and just make sure it's burnished down really, really good on all 3 of these sides. Okay. Now, when you got pages that are similar in size, say like 7 by 7 or 7, you know, blah, 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 whatever, you just got to make sure, or 7 by 8 or 6 by whatever, you just got to make sure that you got your pages like turned up the right way to make sure, because these inserts are going to fit on these hinges. Okay, so all you do literally, okay, and you can turn it this way if it's easier, you know, to do it. Just make sure that it's kind of fitting. And I kind of turn this part over to this inside lip, because when you cut paper, it has like a little edge on it, and I want this to be on my inside. So that's just like basically going to sit on top of this piece of paper, okay, literally, and it's just going to like fit on that insert. Okay, now what I do, okay, once I get that burnished down real good, okay, all I do, just line it up. Okay, now look, all you got to do is just set it here on it, basically. Just make sure it's even lined up. Okay, take this little thing right here, flip the side up, and all you're gonna do is pull this out. Okay, basically you're gonna pull it out, and you're just gonna pull it, and you're just gonna burnish that down. Okay, and then what, you just make sure it's straightened up, it's not moved. Okay, and you're just gonna pull it, pull your tape out. Okay, and just make sure it's sitting down there good, and you just pull it, and that's the easiest way to me to do it. Okay, and your first hinge page is ready, y'all. See, it's just that simple. Now some people cut it, some people notch the sides. I don't do any of that. I just leave it like this. So see, we're gonna decorate this page before we stick it. See, this is when I watch how good this is going to fit over this hinge. You don't even have to cut it, watch. So when it goes on here, it's just going to, because I'm going to put tape on these hinges, and then it'll just go on here and it'll attach. Then you got your first page, and you'll have a room, or you'll have a pocket thing here to put something in it if you want to do that too, a little insert. So see, it gives it more room. And so you got room in between your pages. See how that works, how easy that is? So see, we got one. Okay, so we got one done. And now we gotta do the other two for the next 2 pages, y'all. It's just that simple. It's not that hard. Yeah, we're gonna take our other piece. I'm gonna make sure it's burnished down really good. And you could do this too, before you even stick it on there. You can like do one, you know, up, one up. You just make sure it's sticking out of the side. Just like that. You see that? Do it like that too. That's another way you can do it. Okay? Alright. So we're going to take another piece, flip it over to where you can feel that lip. Okay? And then we're going to just basically line it up at the edge at the bottom. Make sure it's straight. Make sure it's fitting good before you lay it down at the top. It looks pretty even. And once you've already got that tab pulled out, you don't even have to pull it up. You can do it that way too. It's easier to do it that way too. It's ready. That one's good to go. Okay. This stuff is strong. It's not going to go anywhere. There's 2 pages. Okay. And then we're going to do our last one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go pull it out. Just make sure you got the, you know, just push it out to the side like that. And you get your 3rd page. And then I got 3 for my next baby album. We won't work on them tonight, but I already have them cut. See, I cut them earlier. It's just easier to cut them. Okay, you just get your paper trimmer and cut them, or just use your ruler, you know, whatever's easier. Okay, now we're going to take this piece, we're going to line it up just like we did that one. Look at the top of it before you smash it down. Hold it, just pull your tape, and just pull your tape. Okay, that is literally it, y'all. Literally it. That's all you got to do. I'm not even playing. That's it. 3 inserts. Now, those 3 are ready. Okay, now I like to work on these pages before we get started, but I'm fixing to show you next, before we start that, okay, is I'm fixing to show you how to do your pockets, okay? I'm going to show you how to cut your pockets, and I'm going to show you how to score those and all that in a minute. But first I want to show you this. Okay, so we're going to set this down, because I'm going to put 2 pockets over this right here. Okay, but I'm going to show you. All right, now first cardstock I'm using is blue, okay, for my inside piece. And I'm going to put this underneath my pocket, okay? And I'm going to show you a tip too. Sometimes if your paper trimmer gets like fuzzies in it and stuff, and it'll cut your stuff, make it look frayed on the end. You see how it kind of looks fuzzy if you got something in your track. I don't know if y'all can see that. But what I do to get rid of that is I take a nail file and literally, look, and it'll just clean, it'll clean the edge off, and you'll have a clean edge. You see that? So that's a tip. That's another tip. Y'all, I know I got so many tips. Okay, so now this is blue 65-pound cardstock. I get it from Recollections from Michael's. Okay, so we're going to take these pieces and we're going to stick them on here. And I cut this a little bit longer. So these pieces are cut, I think I wrote it on one of them. Did I write it on that other one? Nope. Okay, I'm thinking I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, this is 5 1/4. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right here. Okay, so we're going to skip under the pockets first, and I'm going to go back to the pockets. So 2 pieces, blue, if you're whatever color you're using for this inside part, and the pages, cut at 5 1/4 wide by 8 1/4 long. Okay, so we're going to do that. So I've already got it pre-cut, 5 1/4 wide, 8 1/4 inches long. Okay, so we're going to put tape on it. Okay, and my line is trying to run off the side. It didn't though. Okay, I almost ran it off the road, y'all. Almost ran it off the road. Yeah, I'm excited about my giveaway now. I'm gonna have some nice items. I'm gonna do both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other piece and get it ready. Make sure. Oh yeah, I did write it on there, y'all. Look, 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. I wrote it on there. And I see some ratty stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and get that off real quick. I had to clean out my track when I was cutting because I realized that I had did that. Okay, so we're just going to run our tape on it. You can use wet glue on this if you want to. But yeah, you can do these albums. You can do anything. It's not just for a baby. I'm just going to make some baby album. That's why I'm calling it, you know, for the baby album, because that's what I'm actually doing. Okay, and I gotta get my glue. All right, let me get my glue gun out, did I? I'm behind today, y'all. I'm behind. I'm behind with the times. Okay, so we got this going. But anyway, I hope y'all had an awesome Mother's Day. I know I've asked y'all that already, but anyway, I'm going to show y'all how I put this on here. Now, don't go over your line with your hinge where it bends, okay? Make sure you don't catch that, okay? That's very important because your book won't close. It won't close if you go over your line. But we are going to get this glue on here. Yeah, I'm excited. I got that giveaway, and I'm just excited about doing it. It's a milestone to reach 500. I'll tell you, I'm so grateful. Just so excited. I got a lot of things to do. I'm trying to take every opportunity to work in this room. But anyway, so I'm gonna kind of just line this up as best as I can. Just kind of even it up. It don't have to be perfect, but you want to make it even looking. Okay, that's good. It don't have to be perfect. Okay. All right. Now we got that on there. I just wanted it to go over this part a little bit. And you won't folder it down really, really good on that side. I'm going to put this over here and just fit it and just kind of see. Because you can turn it upside down without your adhesive, you know, because it's on this side. And just kind of eyeball it and see where it's at. Okay. Just keep in mind that you don't want to go over and you don't want to go on your hinge. Okay. No, but I'm going to be working on a new dangle too this week. I'm wanting to get that done. And Hobby Lobby had a nice sale on their spring stuff. I've noticed this week they had a 50% off stuff, and so they had some nice stuff in there. And then they had some of their beads were like half off and other things, and so I kind of went over there and took advantage of a few items, not many. I'm gonna have to do I would do a tutorial on that pretty soon. Right now I'm just got other things in the plans. Right now I'm trying to get as much as this done as possible. I want to do these, and then I got some Happy Crafter stuff, but I want to do a dangle and show y'all like that die cut set, and I'll put them when I get it made and put that on there too. So I got things coming, and then I'm gonna be working on my doll houses. Okay, now the reason why I showed y'all that first is because my pockets are going to go over this. Okay, so that's why I showed y'all this first. Okay, so what we have to do, and I've already pre-cut because I cut my pockets. Now you got to cut them wider than what you got to finish them at, because you got to turn them. You got to like score them. Okay, so this is like 5 1/4, and that's what I cut it wide. No, I cut it 6 1/4 wide, but I wanted it to be 3 1/2 long, so I cut it 4 inches long. So I cut it. It's gonna finish at 5 1/2 wide by 3 1/2 inches long, but I had to cut it. Okay, let me put this up here if this makes more sense. Okay, so I wanted my pocket size to be 5 1/4 wide by 3 1/2 inches long, but you have to cut it 110-pound cardstock. Okay, 6 1/4 wide by 4 inches long, and you got to score 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so those pockets are going to go here. Okay, now so let me get my other scoreboard. I got a small one. Yeah, what did I just do with it? I just had it. Okay, so I got this one. So this is your pocket like you're looking at it. Okay, you don't score the top, you score the 2 sides and the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna do that really fast. I'm just gonna kind of flip it this way so I can, you know, so you're gonna do it 1/2 inch. Okay, and that's my bottom. And I'm going to do 1/2 inch. And then we're going to do 1/2 inch on the other side. Okay. Now, trying to jump sides again, y'all. Tell you, these things move on you. So so it looks like this. You got, you know, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and leave your top piece open. Okay. Now on my pockets, sometimes I like to notch them. Okay. I haven't gotten that far into it yet, if I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna do that or not. So I'm trying to think if I want to do that. I may not do that. I may just leave that. I may just leave that straight this time and not notch it. Okay. So now what you got to do is once you get these done, okay. Let's see. So I've got to see. Not too many. So I cut my extras. That's why I have too many, y'all. Crazy, dang. Okay, so let's get this one done really quick. So we're going to do another one for a 1/2 inch because I'm going to have one on each thing. And then it's my bottom. Okay. 1/2 inch and then flip it and do the other side. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay. Now, that's done. Alright, so all you got to do is once you get that, and what I like to do is I like to go ahead and varnish it like this. And I'm going to show you something I'm fixing to do. Okay, where did my bone folder go? I swami, I lose more stuff, y'all. What did I do with it? Y'all lose stuff. I lose stuff all the time. So we're going to do both sides. Okay. And then we're going to do the bottom. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut across this at an angle. Do you see where those two corners meet? We're going to just take it a little bit and cut it. Just cut it. You know, just kind of eyeball it and cut it. Kind of like that. Do you see that? Just going to cut it. Then we're going to put SCOR tape on it. Okay, so you're just going to take your scissors and just going to kind of, and you don't want to do it too big. Okay, just kind of cut it a little bit. Just kind of notch it off. Okay, now SCOR tape, very important. Okay, so I use the 3/8 of an inch. That's got a piece of paper on the end of that, so we're going to go over it. I don't know, you can barely see that. Let me see if I can find a piece of paper to stick under it. Yeah, you can barely see that. Okay, so we're just going to run it right by that little mark. And just pull it up like that. And then we're just going to turn it, because there's your, I tell you what, I am blind tonight. See, what happened was I didn't SCOR this one down, you see. That's why I can't see, y'all. Okay, and then you're going to take it and you're just going to run your tape like right across it. Okay, just pull it up. And you're going to do the same thing here, and I can't see that one either. Why? Because I didn't brush it. I didn't put it down. Okay. And this tape is very strong. And I don't mash it all the way down to the edge, because it'll tear on you. Okay, so that one's done. Make sure you burnish your little edges down. Get that fibers in there. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I didn't even, yeah, see, I didn't do that on this one either. Getting in a hurry, getting in a hurry. Too big a hurry. Okay, now there's one pocket. And then we're gonna go back to this one. See, it has a straight edge on it now because I finished it with the straight edge at the top of that one. Okay, now just stick it on. See, it's trying to run over. I got to fix my tape. It's trying to be catty-wampy. Yeah, you get tired and it just happens. Oh, it just happens. And stick it on there. So you don't want to go over that edge. Just trying to tonight. I don't know about y'all, but my eyes don't work as good at night as they do during the day. And it's sad I got my glasses on. It's sad I got my glasses on, people. Okay, so you got that done. Alright, so that's 6 1/4 by 4. Okay. And a lot of times, like I said, I notch it, but I don't I don't think I'm gonna do that this time. I'm gonna leave it straight. Okay, now we're gonna take these pockets, okay, and I'm gonna show you how I put them on here, okay? Make sure they're fitting good. See how that's gonna fit right on that blue? So I want that to ride right there on it, okay? Yeah, that's fine, okay. I want to push it over just a hair. Yeah, it's gonna be fine like that. Okay, now, so here's my tip. You gotta put the bottom on first, okay? This is my tip. So what I do, blah, 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 where's my little piece? Take off this tape. Now you see that, it's on there. Now I take just a hair of wet glue, not a bunch. I don't want it to rip or seep through. It's not gonna hurt. Don't get it too close to that edge. Okay, and then you're gonna take these sides, you're gonna hold them in, and you're gonna put this down. And you're gonna line this up where you want it to go, okay? Just kind of pay attention to it. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, that is on there. It's not going anywhere. Now, a lot of times, if you're not putting another color over this, and just say I'm leaving it like this, and I'm not putting pattern paper over it, which I am putting pattern paper over it. But just say if you're not, your tip is going to get this. You use some tape, okay? You just use some tape, some clear tape, and you put your piece across this bottom, because when you're putting stuff in a pocket, okay, say if I was to, like, this is my pocket, and I'm not going to put nothing. So when I put that in, you hear that's going to hit. It's going to hit that before it goes down in there. See? You're going to hit that. See? A lot of times before. If you put that tape on there, it's not going to hit it. Okay? That's just a tip. Okay? I'm not doing that tonight because I'm going to put my pattern paper inside of this piece, and I'm going to close it up. Okay? So I'm going to cut my piece of pattern paper and put it across here, and it helps hold this down too. Okay? Alright, and that way I don't have to, so I can't close it up yet. Because when I get ready to close, because I can't close it because I got to put my pattern paper in there first, okay? Before I close it up, okay? So I haven't got that cut yet, but I just want to show you how to put those pockets on there. And this is easier to decorate while it's on here. It's fine. That doesn't matter, but this is where it's harder, okay? So we're going to go ahead and stick this other one on. Just going to make sure. You know, I think I already did these little sides. Loosen them up a little bit. Okay, we're going to take this piece off. Put a little bit of glue. I mean, they come together fairly easy, you know. Okay, and you just take the, you know, you just kind of pull it up with your fingers. And just kind of figure out where you're going to lay it. You know. And that way it's just going to kind of be right there. Okay, so that pocket number 2 is on. Just burnish it down real good. That's it. That's all you got to do. Then when you put your pattern paper over it, you know, it's going to be good to go. But I haven't figured all that out yet, like what I want to do, what color, what's going there. So that's pretty much ready. And then you can go, if you want to. Okay. How many minutes are we into this thing? 34. We're good. Okay, and then we're going to talk about the ribbon. Make sure you get your ribbon on. Blue cardstocks on. Okay, now the next thing is you can go ahead and add your tape to this. And normally, and that's another reason I haven't put my pages on there yet. And some of the times I put them on, but it's fine. This will be adhered down, so it's not going to matter either how you want to do it. But this is 3/8 of an inch tape. So you got to put this on both sides of your hinges. And I like to put mine at the top. okay? Right at the top. Okay. And then turn it over, put it on the other side. Like I said, this is very, 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 very strong tape. Okay. You do it on both sides of your hinge, okay? And go back and make sure that's adhered down really good. Okay. We're going to do this side. I tell you, I cannot see tonight. The colors are just blending in. That blue, that white is just blending in. Like, oh, it makes you feel like I'm about blind in this color. Get the edge of that white on white. Whew. Take your eyeballs. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, this is the trick. You just kind of put you some color behind it. That way you can see what you're doing. It don't blind you, y'all. I'll tell you. It'll blind you. Okay, and there you go. Now, you got those on. So that will be ready for your pages, okay? So this will be ready for that. Just make sure it's adhered down real good, and I'll show you when we get ready to put them on. I'll show you how to do that, okay? Now, so this part's kind of ready, okay? After we get them built and put them on, I'm going to show you how to do all that. But anyway, so that is that part. Now I'm going to show y'all in the next video, okay? We're going to start building our pages, okay? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put like page, this is page 1, and this is going to be the front, okay? Because I like for my little lip, like where you attach that to the top, like this part goes on top, you know. You could do this one, but I just turn it over and always like for that to be my front page. That's my front. Okay. I don't really like using a pen because I don't. And this is going to be the back of page 1. Okay. All right, and then you're going to have your page 2. You're going to determine, you know, what that is going to be. So this will be page 2. Okay, and this is going to be my front. And then this is going to be number 2 back. Okay, that's your page 2 back. So you got 1, 2, and then you're going to have page number 3. And this is going to be your front. And then you're going to do page 3 back. Okay? Now, so that's how they'll be. They'll be on there, and then, but we're going to decorate them first. So I'm going to come back, and I'm going to get all that, after I get this figured out, and I'm going to get these cut, and I'll come back and show you how to add what I'm going to do, because we're going to do a front flip back and forth on this page, and then on the back we're going to do a pocket that's gonna, like a flip up page with a pocket underneath the flip, and then we're going to do a front pocket here on this page that I already have cut it the length, but I haven't cut the width because I didn't know what size I needed to cut it yet. Okay, so and then we're going to do accordion pull down on the back of this. We're going to be working on that. And then for the front of 3, we're going to do a side pocket. And then on the back, we're going to do a waterfall. Okay? So that's what we're going to be working on next. Okay? So, now, anyway, so whenever I get my 500 subscribers, I'll be doing a video on what's going to be in the giveaway. and then I will, get that going. And so we're excited about that. So anyway, I pray you have a good night. I pray that you get rest and just know that you're loved so much. And thank you for coming to my channel, hanging out with me, putting up with all my crazy stuff. I just like to have fun, and I hope you get inspired. And just remember that I love you, but God loves you more. Bye. See you soon.